Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Candace. Thanks for joining me for Flosstube 93. Today is September 1st. Wow. So it's been 3 weeks since my last video. I got strep. My son picked it up at school, we're assuming, and promptly gave it to me. So I've been sick for the last 2 weeks. I'm feeling much better. I might have a cough here and there because that's still trying to clear up, but I have antibiotics, so I'm feeling better. But that also means that there's not a whole lot of stitching. I mean, it's been 3 weeks, so it'll look like a lot, but there was probably, let's see, there was 5 days in a row that I did not stitch. I did nothing. I worked barely, and I called off one day, and I basically slept. I watched TV. I binged season 2 of Bridgerton because I hadn't watched it yet, so y'all were like way ahead of me for those people that watch it. I'm ready for season 3. I know it'll be coming. They just started filming it this summer, so I did some research to find out when it was going to be coming. But yeah, there was not a whole lot of stitching. I don't know about you guys, but when you are really, really sick, stitching is just too involved. I did do some knitting, so I do have some of that today. But yeah. I don't know. Otherwise, things are going pretty good over here. We have 3 weeks, actually 18 days, until we go on vacation in Mexico. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm completely healthy before we go. And yeah, 17 days until our 13th anniversary. So it'll be a quick month. I know it's going to go fast. It'll seem slow up until vacation, and then vacation will fly by. So we'll be in Mexico from Monday the 19th until Saturday. Yeah, we fly back on Saturday, so. My sister-in-law is going to come watch the kids so they don't miss school. They'll have fun. They always have fun with Aunt Brenda. So yeah. How about we talk about some stitching? Yay, stitching. So I'll save the knitting stuff for after the cross stitch stuff. So I didn't have any cross stitch finishes, but I did have a new start because I really wanted to start this one. And I actually started this on the 19th. So I've only worked on it 2 days so far, but this is Doodles Halloween from Heart and Hand. I just love it. However, it's deceptive. I got into a groove on these little points right here, but what I did is I did this one and just assumed they were all the same and did this little one all the way across. It works, but it's not how it's supposed to be. So I ripped it all out, did it again, and then I'm filling in the green, and I completely missed that there's white stitches right here in those little points. Yeah. It's all green. I did not rip that out. It's like, we're leaving it. So this is on a piece of, it's a fat 1/8 of 18 count Ada. The color is Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim. Ooh, get my fingers out of the way. Hey, look, I took my nail polish off a couple days ago. It was looking rough. So, here's where I am. So yeah, I don't have any white points in my little, they do kind of look like fangs though. Or like maybe the top of Frankenstein's head, like his hair. This is going to be a ghost. So that'll be a ghosty right there. So what I did is if I had the colors that were called for, I pulled them. If I did not, then I substituted with my own. So like this, the green that I'm using, I think it calls for... Oh, it calls for guacamole from Weeks Dye Works. I didn't have that, so I'm using Gentle Art Bayberry. So mine's a little bit darker, but it still looks good. And then I think the orange was supposed to be Clockwork from Weeks Dye Works, and I'm using Classic Colorworks Embers. So, I mean, it's stuff like that. The colors are still pretty close to what the original was, but I just decided that I would use what I had in stash. So once I do this, I'll have enough left over for another small piece. Or maybe two, depending on how big they are. So I started that. That was the only thing I started. And then I worked on, I think I only worked on this one day. Yeah, I did. One day. So this is Tea Time Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Kit. And here's where I was last time. Oh, hold on. Put something behind it. And there's where I am now. So what I did is I was filling in the blue, and then there's a darker, literally one shade darker blue that is in lines in between the lightest blue. So I started doing that right there. So not a ton, but I did some. It was like less than 200 stitches. And then I am pretty sure, yes I did. I worked on Let's Talk Spring from Hands On Design. Now for this one I also converted floss and fabric. So Kathy did hers on a chalkboard black linen, and I am doing mine on a, I believe it's called, it's either lilac or lavender. It's an even weave. So here's where I was last time. There's where I am now. So I know I worked 2 days on it, but it's been a while, so I can't exactly remember what all I did. I think I did raindrops. And then maybe some of the raindrops. Or umbrella. I don't remember. But yeah, either way, purple does not show up good on camera. This is like a great, like, purple. Okay. Oh, and also, while, the weekend after I recorded, we went to my brother-in-law's, to celebrate Claire, who graduated from high school this year, our niece. And we had a ton of fun over there. We had drinks. We played in the hot tub. The kids actually jumped in the pool, even though it was freezing. Because they're up in Michigan. They're like middle of the mitten. So their pool is not as warm as our pool. But the kids had fun going from the hot tub and then jumping into their pool and then coming back in the hot tub, like back and forth. We had a lot of fun. Our dog Roscoe has never seen a hot tub before and didn't understand. It was myself, my sister-in-law Laura, and I can't remember if Audrey, our oldest niece, if she was in with us yet or not. But Roscoe basically jumped thinking that he was going to land on the hot tub cover like he had been doing all day. And he landed in the hot tub. It was a little surprise for him. So he jumped right back out. He was like, no, thank you. I am done. Let's see. This was an August WIPGO project that I did not meet my goal on yet. So I'm probably going to work on this one tonight. This is the fox from Cottage Garden Samplings. And I am doing this on a 40 count even weave that does not have a color name. Sorry, I got floss just kind of hanging out everywhere here. So here's where I was before. Now I've made progress, but my goal was either 1,000 or 2,000 stitches. So there's where I am right now. I can't remember exactly what my goal is, but I'm close. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I was working on this just as I kind of started feeling like I was getting sick. And let me tell you, this light green tree right here, I ripped that sucker out 3 times in different places. Like a full length of thread on 40 count. It was rough. It was very rough. But I love it. I love it. And I think, so at first I thought I was going to do all 12. I don't love all 12, but I'm kind of digging the bat that she just released. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I might. But I don't have it yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I like it. So the fox, I'll probably work on that tonight so I can finish up that Whip Go goal that should have been done by yesterday. But you know, sometimes you get sick and that's just how it goes. Obviously my body, aside from my son getting me sick, my body was like, you need a rest. Oops, sorry. Putting my bags in front of the stand that my phone is on. And okay, and then I worked on, this is from the Keepsake Calendar 2021. So this one actually came out 2 years ago, because they come out, like 2023 shipped earlier this year. So if you would like to check out the Keepsake calendars, you have to go to Craftways. Hold on. Where's the little Craftways? I've said this before. I have no idea how I received my first one. It just showed up in the mail and I was like, and it was this one. And I opened it and I saw Barbara Anna and I was like, yes, please, I'm keeping this. Here's my money. And now they send me one every year. They send it to me. I pay them. Keep it. So this one, I just said is Barbara Anna. And this is from, there's 2. So there's folk art animals. There is a deer and a fox. I'm working on the deer. And this is on a 40 count bronze age from Be Stitch Me. Here is where it was before. I'll flip this fabric around because I don't know. And there's where it is now. So, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier here. So I finished the deer. I think you guys saw that last time. I gave the deer legs. And then I didn't realize it until I started doing this flower right here. But this one, I was a row too short. Thank goodness it was in this color. But I had these 3 and then this one in the middle. And I needed 2 rows of 3 and then the one in the middle. So I did that. I got the deer finished. This flower, the leaf down here, and I started the next bigger flower. So I got quite a bit of stitching done on this, and the funny thing is this hasn't even been called on Whip Go yet. So I'm looking pretty good for that Whip Go finish. Ooh, I have to put the magazine back in. All right, and then I worked on, maybe I can get this in here. I worked on Fox and Friend from Theresa Kogut. Get like a whole eclectic different mix of projects with me. So, funny, this one I worked on right after I recorded. last time. This one was called for September Whip Go, which is totally fine. And I believe it's 1,000 stitches. So, all right, here's where I was before. And there's where I am now. I'm fairly certain I just worked on this right here. And this right here. I think. I don't know. You guys can see because you have the comparison, but I haven't looked at the comparison in a while, so. This is on a 16 count parchment from Fiber on a Whim, and it is actually more of a green. It has a little more green to it, but of course it's not gonna. Oh, there we go. That's better. It's still a little browner than greener, but it looks amazing with the greens that are in the pattern. So, yeah. So I will be doing more on this month as well. All right, and then I have one more project. That was my focus piece for Semi-Sane Stitchers. So it's full coverage. It was the only full coverage piece I worked on this month. And I used it for a couple of challenges, so I actually did get quite a few stitches. I think I got like 4,000 stitches on it. It is Christmas Pixie. The artist is Reuben McHugh, and it's from Charting Creations. If you've never done a Charting Creations pattern, let me tell you, I love it. I love the way this is turning out. I'm so very excited about it. So here's where it was before. And that's where we are right now. I'm not really sure how this will be easier. Because, yeah, maybe up and down is better. Because I'm working my way across the page. So, at the beginning of the month, I was like here. Wait. I think it was right here-ish. I don't remember now. You guys saw it. But, yeah, 4,000 stitches. I'm coming into a bit of the fairy that's right here. Some berries. Right here is going to be, yeah, I guess my paper's not really in the way. Right there is going to be a big white rose. It is so much fun to stitch now that I'm going in diagonal, because I don't really have to worry about the huge blocks of color. You know, I've got these little bits that are kind of like scattered throughout. And yeah, once I get back into the corners, I'll have all this $37.99, but that's okay. So this is on 25 count easy grid, 1/1, full cross. Can't wait to pull it back out already. Okay, so plans. Talked about Whip Go. The other Whip Go call, you all will be happy to know, or at least those of you that have joined me here before and have a love of full coverage, that Mini Autumn Cat Magic was called for Whip Go. So it's funny because my my goals for full coverage on Whip Go are only 2,000 stitches. Next year I'll up that a little bit probably. But I'm using this for my focus, and I will probably use it for a lot of challenges for Semi-Sane Stitchers also. So this is where I'll be starting. And I have rolled it up just a hair, but I will roll it up more. Either this week or next week. It depends on how much of this I get filled in. But it definitely needs a roll because I'm getting pretty close down here. So yeah, the kitty comes back out. Yay. Okay. And then let's see. I'm going to flip over to September here because I have other stuff. So Semi-Sane Stitchers is cross-stitch group on Facebook. If you haven't heard of it before, they run tons of fun challenges that are literally just for fun. Although they do give prizes. at random times and at the end of the year. It's still free to join it. I mean, it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. So this month, my focus is Mini Autumn Cat Magic. I am playing Whip Whammy, which is just like the game Press Your Luck. I'm playing Go Stitch, which is like Go Fish. And This or That. So This or That was, oh, I can't remember what it said for the prompt for it, but Mini Autumn Cat Magic fit. It's a non-counting challenge. I literally just post a picture at the beginning of the month and post a picture at the end of the month. That's it. No New Starts road trip that I'm doing. I finished leg 3. I was like the second person to finish leg 3, and then I got sick. So there's like a little like side challenge for those of us that have finished. I haven't been doing so great on that side challenge because I was sick and not stitching. So I gotta jump back into that. But it's basically just to give us something to do until we start leg 4. Talked about Whip Go, and now the knitting stuff. So the reason why knitting is going to be kind of big this month and next month and the month after is it is the annual Joji Fall Knit Along. Joji Locatelli is a knitwear designer. She has amazing patterns. If you have never seen her stuff before, her handle on Ravelry is Jojilocat. So it's Jojilocat. So Joji Locatelli, but she cut off Locatelli at the T. Her designs are fantastic. So I signed up for 4 projects. The signups are closed now. I kind of forgot about it until last minute, or I would have mentioned it in my last video. And basically if you didn't sign up in time, you can still join. You're just not eligible for prizes. I've never won anything. It's fine. I always overcommit. I sign up for way more projects than I actually finish. One year I signed up for 8 projects and I finished like 6 out of the 8. So, but yeah, any of her self-published, well, actually any pattern that she's ever written is eligible. When she does discount codes, it's for her self-published patterns only. So I signed up for 4 projects because I'm crazy. And I'll just show you the one I started today first. Well, let's go over the 4 that I'm going to do. So, the one I can show you is the Change Your Mind beanie. So that's what this one looks like. And I am using Goosey Fibers. I actually, funny, signed up with this one last year and didn't do it. So this color is, I forgot what this color was called. Carolina. And this is going to be the brim of the hat. It looks tiny, but it's because I have a really small set of needles. But this will be the brim of the hat. And then if I have enough left over, I'll make a little pom-pom for the top. If not, then I will find a nice floofy poof that's similar to this color. So we have that. And then this color is called Bygones. And I had actually used these 2 colors in a Hawkeye from the Marvel universe. It was a mystery knit along that was based off of him and his character. So I did a wrap in these 2 colors. So I figured I might as well use my leftovers. This is in a bag I made. So this is the medium size, and it is called a Japanese knot bag, like K-N-O-T, because you can do this. and it's canvas. So the fabric is canvas. So it's just the pattern on the outside, and then the inside is just like linen canvas color. This design is from Indigo. Indigo Bird Designs, I think. I'll put it down here. And I'll link the pattern below. This is super easy to make. It's super easy. There are 3 sizes. I think there's 3 sizes. There might be 4. I made my mom the largest one. That's huge. Okay, so the next one is the Z-Wig Wrap. This is what it looks like, Z-E-E-W-E-G. I have yarn in mind for it from my stash, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to use yet. So it's called for a sport weight yarn. I'm going to use a fingering weight yarn, which is a little bit lighter because I have more of that than I have sport weight. The third one, this is the Blurry Cowl. And I have 2 yarns that I've looked at. I haven't looked at in person from my stash, but I looked at on my stash on Ravelry, and I think they're going to work good together for that. And then the last one is the Lace and Fade Boxy. So Joji has a whole bunch of different boxy patterns that are like loose boxy sweaters and jumpers, pullovers, whatever you want to call them. So this Lace and Fade, I love it. And I have not made a boxy yet. I own 3 of the boxy patterns, and I still have not made one. So I believe that I know what yarn I'm going to use. I'm waiting for my lace weight yarn to come in, and then I will put that with the yarn that I pulled from my stash and make sure it all works. So as I start those, I'll show them. What else did I start? Because I started a couple of things. So this was the bag that I made like a month or 2 ago that I showed you guys. It's the project bag. I think that's all it's called. It's from Can Do Crafts, and I will link it below. But this is, now a lot of you guys know Forbidden Fiber Co. from their cross stitch threads and now patterns, but they started as yarn dyers, and that's how I knew them before I started cross stitch. So this was a kit that I ordered on their website, and this is called the Elements Cowl. So it came with 3 skeins of yarn, and actually they weren't skeined. 3 balls of yarn, I guess we could say. So I have the colors that are in this, and this is what it looks like. I don't want to show you the pattern, but that's what it looks like when it's laid out. So I started it. Here's the 3 colors. It is, I don't know if I still have the tag for this one. Maybe. Oh, I do. It's Genesis. They're Genesis base. And this one is, it's called Plot Twist. That might not be the color. Plot Twist might be the kind of yarn. I'm not sure. And then this is the other one. This one is called Subplot. So there's those. And then the white, it's sparkly. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, there we go. The stellina in it. But it has sparkle. I've never knit anything that has sparkle in it. This will be a first. So I sort of went to town on this. And you'll have to excuse because you can see all my floats in the back. But that's how far I got. I've started into the color work portion. Yay. So I can wear it this way, or I can wear it with the green on top. I'll wear it this way. But yeah, so there's my floats so far. I generally don't like going that many stitches in between colors. I will avoid color work like that. But I really liked this one. And it's working out because there's these bigger sections. There's 9 stitches in between. So I have to carry that yarn for 9 stitches and make sure it's not too tight. So far, I've managed. And it's probably because I have a bigger cable on this one. So it kind of helps pull it for me. But I figured those colors were perfect for this bag because it matches almost exactly. So I got to get this all tightened up so that the cats don't get a hold of it. Okay, so that's the Elements cowl. And then I've been watching Casapinka on Instagram, and I've been watching the clues get released for the Sharon Air Mystery Knit Along. So I decided to start that. And I'm using, this was actually part of a 6 skein set. So the colors don't have names themselves, but this was the lightest color. This was, I think the lightest gray. And then there's 2 of the greens. So also with this set, there was one that was in between these 2. And there's a dark gray. But I liked this better, so. But I cast this on and I started working on it. And here's where I am. And it has amazing texture. I just love it. So I had started with that second lighter green right here, and it blended in too much with the lightest color, and I couldn't really see the difference. So I took it back downstairs, and that's when I got this color out. And I started doing that color for that section, and I could see it better. So I'll just stick with that. It's called a Sharon Snacks. A Sharon Snacks is when there's a mistake, and you're like, oh well. But yeah, I wish there was a good way to like, I can't wait. It's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous. Matches my wall. It's perfect. So yes, this, and that is 2/3 of the way through clue 1. They released clue 3 Friday, I think. So I saw all of clue 1 and 2 knit together, and I decided that I was going to do this. So here's the bag it's in. You'll notice it's the exact same fabric as my little Japanese knot bag, because I had some friends. So this bag is from, oh my gosh, I cannot remember her name. I'm terrible. That's how I feel right now. She makes amazing bags. I have bought many, many, many of her bags. It hopefully will be down here for you. But I didn't think I got this bag. I thought it was sold out, and I emailed her. And after I'd lamented to some friends about missing out on this bag and how sad I was, I emailed her, and she's like, no, I have one. I was going to take it with me to whatever in-person event she was doing. Like, I think it was a knit workshop or something. So she sold it to me, and I was so freaking excited. But before I found out about that, friends found this fabric, purchased 2 yards of it, and sent it to me so that I could make my own bag, because they knew how bummed I was that I'd missed out on this one. They came at like the same time. So of course I had to make some bags out of this. I still have some of this fabric, but I want to find a different style bag. So I'll have a collection of like little woodland creature bags, which is fine. Okay, and then the last project. One of my most favorite bags. I love this bag. I don't even know who I got this bag from. I'd have to go back and look in my Etsy purchases. So this is the I just totally had a brain fart. The Peach Fuzz sweater from Melanie Berg. On Ravelry, she's Maryland, Mairlynd. And you've seen this one before because I've been working on it. So when you saw it last time, I had the back down to here. Well, I finished the rest of the back, so the back is fully done, and I started the front. So I had to break my yarn. After I finished down here, chopped off the yarn. It is on a cable right now because when I get the front done, I will join in the round with that bottom part right there. I know, it's like, hello, I'm gonna be curly. So this is the neck right there. Now it looks kind of small, but once it's blocked, it'll actually be quite a bit bigger. So I started on the front. So it will go like this. Pull my sweater over my head. It's like a mustache. Hold on. So we're looking at this right now. I'm that far on my cable's not long enough for it. It's like, what are you doing to me? But yeah, so I'm like that far. And then the back is down past my shoulder. So once I get down here, I'll attach it together and then knit the body in the round. I am loving it. I am loving it so much. But now I have like, totally got all fuzzy. So now it's like I want to cross stitch all the things, and I also want to knit all the things, but when I go to Mexico, I will probably only take knitting projects. It's just easier for me to knit on the plane. I've tried to cross stitch on the plane once. It did not go well. I lost a needle within the first 2 minutes, and I was like, nope, we're done. I'm not giving this plane all of my needles. So, yeah, so I'll probably take just 2 like smaller projects to work on the plane, and then maybe if there's a night where my husband falls asleep before I do. All right, so I only have 2 bits of haul. The first one is the Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornaments, which I am promptly going to give away to you fine folks, or at least one of you fine folks. There's nothing in here that calls to me. So if you have seen a flip through of this, you see something on the cover that jumps out at you, you just want this to have as a collector's item, cool. I just know that there's no reason for me to hang on to this if I'm not going to stitch anything out of it. So if you would like this issue, please use the word ornament. Take the S off. Ornament in your comment, and I will ship this off to you. Please be in the US though. It's just, I know it's annoying, but it's just so much easier for me. And as it is, it took me 3 weeks to send out the previous giveaway. I just sent it out because, well, I was sick, but it is really hard to get to the post office on time with my work schedule. It's kind of silly. So, yeah, just use the word ornament if you would like this. And then I got my fabric yesterday from Be Stitch Me, my fabric of the month. I apologize for the crinkles, but I did not take it out yet. So if you don't want to see this, you can just go right on to your next favorite floss tuber. But here, I'm going to show it. Ready? Here's the color. I get a 32 count Lugana. All right, let's see how this shows up on... Oh, it shows up beautiful. There you go. That's the color. This is definitely a departure. I don't have anything like this in my stash, which is the only reason that I still do a fabric of the month. I have plenty of fabric. I don't need more fabric, but getting things like this that I wouldn't normally purchase makes all the difference. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on this, but I can tell you that I have enough of it that I can probably do a couple of different things. My first thought, excuse me, was like a fancy lady, like mermaid type thing. But then I saw how much yellow was in it and I was like, shoot, well, what if I did like a very spring type fancy lady? And I was like, there's a lot of stuff I can do with this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm still not completely recovered. But I don't think I've coughed, have I? If I haven't, that's great, because it's pretty much all I did at work today. In my trying to be healthier, I have kicked myself in the butt, and I've been walking for at least 30 minutes around lunchtime at work. And my husband goes with me most days. Let's see, it's been 4 days. He's gone with me 3 of the days. On Monday, I think he had conference calls all day, so we just walk out the door at work and go walk around the parking lot a bunch of times, different areas of the parking lot around the casino, and we just walk for 30 minutes, and then whatever the mileage happens to be is what it is. But I need to start small, because I always try and like start big and then it flops. So I'm starting small. Part of that is giving up, because I started drinking soda again. So giving that up. And today I kind of had a headache, and I had a feeling it was probably caffeine related. But I was roasting after my walk, and I did not want tea, because hot tea, sweaty person, nobody would want to be around me. So instead of getting my usual Dr. Pepper, it's the only pop I drink, I got Diet. I hate the taste of Diet Pop. I always have. But I was like, oh, everyone says that Diet Dr. Pepper tastes just like the regular. Isn't that what the commercials always said too? Lies. But I can tolerate it. Literally, look at, there's hardly any. It's right here. I hardly drank any of it, and I had it in my office for at least 2 hours. I brought it over here just in case it started coughing, but yeah. So I think I'll be able to wean myself off pop altogether by drinking this. And you know, I've heard a lot that like Diet Pop's not good for you. So I definitely don't want to travel down that road into always drinking Diet Pop, because I'm sure I could eventually get past the fake sugar taste, but I don't know. I've been doing much better with my food though, and so baby steps. That's what I'm working on, is baby steps. I'm feeling very insecure and bummed about how I'm going to look in Mexico. So I just have to keep reminding myself that it's just my husband and I. He loves me. He has the same struggles right now, although it is easier for guys to lose weight in most cases. He's not premenopausal either. So, I don't know. I just need to, like, I won't know anybody there. We take maybe 3 pictures the entire time we're there, and it's usually of, like, a lizard. So, I just need to remember that so I have fun. I do want to try and record one more time before I go to Mexico. That is my goal. Stretch goal would be to record next week. On Wednesday, hopefully, not on Thursday. It all depends on life right now. I don't know why it was so hard to sit down and do this video when I wasn't sick. Because I was only sick for like a week and a half. You know, I could have done it a couple days ago, but the cat's going after Legos again. But yeah, so family's all in the pool. I'm going to get stuff cleaned up and do some stitching on the fox because I want to get that goal busted out tonight. I know I don't have a whole lot left, but I need to look at my stitches in my handy dandy little planner. I need to count out my stitches and find out where I'm at. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And if you want this issue, just use the word ornament in your comments. If you want to talk about this issue, you can put like just cross stitch Christmas issue. If you don't want this, but you want to say something about it, you can just do that. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.